I'm enjoying it somewhat. How's all my subscribers doing? If any of you saw the listen, I do apologize for that. But anyway, I'm on my way out the door. Guess I'm cursed for being happy. I don't know. But I'm always told I'm always happy. Well, anyway, they reduced my hours at work, which means they don't appreciate my work, which means I'm not very happy at my job now. Because that's messed up. She's trying to get me on every day, but just reduced hours like crazy. And I'm not a fan of that. Because it's like I bust my tail every day. And it stinks. I think I'll record one time at work so you guys can get a feel of what I do there. It wouldn't be an all-day thing. It would just be I'm supposed to pick that up. Anyway, it'd be one of those situations where I'd record a little bit. Anyhow, here I am walking again. It's my day off. I'm not going to work today. And any subscribers watching in, I say hello. How you doing? Good to see you. A little nippy out, but not too bad. Not like North Dakota. You couldn't even walk like this in North Dakota at all. I'm dead serious. You couldn't do this. Your face would be frozen off. You couldn't walk with face exposed. You'd have to have a one-piece jumpsuit, insulated. You'd have to have a mask on. And another one over that with a skull cap that goes over your face and over your head. Super thick gloves. Thick boots. I mean, insulated like crazy. Just to walk maybe a couple of blocks. That's how bad it is in North Dakota. You know it's bad when they don't let the kids play outside in the snow. You get what I'm saying? Anyhow, I'm walking down this street. I'm on my way to do a little shopping. I gotta get a compass or a protractor. I can't remember which one it's called. You know, the degree one. Because I'm gonna be making star quilts. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna get into. My grandma did it, I'm gonna do it. I'll show you guys my coat when I'm done sewing it. Right now I'm trying to catch the bus. I'm gonna take a trip out to, I don't have to go that far. I was thinking of going way out there, but I don't have to. Walmart's right here. So I'll just go to that one on 5th. Anyway, what's up? Not too much, guys. Thanks for joining in. I appreciate it. Hello. Doggy, dogs. Reach your dreams. Oh, bro. While I'm touching my nightmares. Where to? Oh, I'm going to go to the Bi-Mart on Yakima Avenue. Not Yakima Avenue, Walnut. I can't remember where it's at, but it's there. But I got to catch the bus real quick. And hopefully I get across the street. Maybe not, I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to Bi-Mart. Bi-Mart has a lot of stuff in it. I'm setting up my studio or my theater sound. So I need, that bus should be coming any minute. That I need one more wire to hook into my surround sound, theater surround sound. Anyway, I don't know if it came or not yet. Looks cold out there. Yeah, it's cold. I got my gloves on. Check it out. Got my hat on. Got my if you will, my winter jacket. It is cold. I probably 29, maybe 30, but it's not that cold compared to North Dakota. I'll tell you that straight up right now. I think that bus is coming. So I gotta bust out my money. No, not yet. Anyway, yeah, it's cold, man. Look at, there's the edge of town. That highway right there, you see that bridge crossing the highway there, crossing the road? Downey give up. Downey give up? What does that mean? I know Downey is a clothing softener. Downey give up. I don't know what that means, but thank you for sharing. Anyhow, I'll tell you guys something. I am pretty much in a good mood every day, predominantly, and I get looked down for having that, and it's not my fault. It's not like I'm trying to put it up in the miserable people's face and say, oh, you're miserable. Oh no, today's a holiday. That's right. It is a holiday. Ain't no bus running today. What was I thinking? So now I get to walk in this cold. I forgot, no bus is running because it's a holiday. Right? It's Martin Luther King Day or something like that. Something like that. Anyhow, so I'll just walk. I'll give you guys another aspect of Yakima. So my family and I stayed in that one right there, in that Days Inn. My Aunt Bobby, who passed away probably 4 years ago, her son too, it's crazy, her son and her passed away. Anyway, we stayed in that Days Inn right there, and my aunt loves this place, waffles and more. She loves that place. So my aunt texted me and told me she was going there, and she said, oh, we're going there if you want to meet us for breakfast. I said, yeah, we'll meet you for breakfast. So we were up on the top floor, and I look out the window and I seen their car when it pulled up, and I was like, hey, they're already there, which was cool, you know what I mean? So we went down, we had breakfast with them. My cousin Robert, my cousin Tim, her sons, and of course Tim passed away. You know, poor guy. I love that man. I love my cousin Tim. He had it rough, I'll tell you, he had it rough. My cousin Tim had it rough. Anyhow, yeah, I don't think the buses are running today. It's a holiday, which is okay, I guess. I like the way this guy blocks the road. Thanks for blocking the road, man. I appreciate it. Or the sidewalk. Anyway, don't you know? Well, anyway, yeah, I met my cousins there, and he ended up passing away. Poor guy. He ended up dying. And like I said, totally love that man. Good man. Me and him were close. Anyway, she died too. It was crazy because they died within months of each other. My Aunt Bobby and I never went to their funeral. I'm not a funeral person, to tell you the truth. I see them enough when I'm alive that I don't have to feel guilty to go to their funeral and say bye. I know that's going to sound mean to some people. Let's see here. It's 2 a.m. out here in India. Oh, wow. Well, good morning, 2 a.m. in India. Wow, it's, I think it's 11 o'clock here. Let me check. Hold on. I'll check and see what time it is. I'll even show you what time it is. Hold on. They got this little funky watch on. Here it is. It's 12:30 p.m. over here in Washington State in America. That's how time it is here. Right now, anyway. Anyway, so I get flack because I'm up in spirits all the time. I don't know how to say it, folks. I don't know how to say it. You know? And it's not that I shoot for that. It's not that I shoot to be up. Don't get me wrong, for a while there, man, I was down for about, I didn't record myself then, but I was down for about at least a year. I mean down. Real down. I was so down you can call me gravity. No, I'm kidding. But I was. But to seize on the opportunity to have a good day, I do that all the time. Tonteria más amor. Huh. Torteria Mas Amor. Huh. Okay. This place is supposed to be open, but it's not today. Maybe it's because it's a holiday. But look at, you got one Mexican restaurant here. There's too many Mexican restaurants on this street. You got one here. You got a little taco truck over there. And as you walk down, you'll see more. So that's one. With the taco truck, that's two. And you got this little tiny Mexican food place. Food Consignere. See that? They're closed right now, though. So that's three. And then as you... I think this used to be a burger ranch. Either a burger ranch or Lariat. One of those two. They closed up now, though. Are you Mexican? Oh, I'm half Mexican. I'm half Native American. So, my dad is from America, this side of the border. New Mexico. My mother's from North Dakota. She is Mandan and Hidatsa. Yeah, so that's the native side. And then, of course, Mexican. So there you go. See another one, look. That's number 4. This is number 4 right here. Breakfast all day. All day. Special every day. See? But no customers. I don't know if that's a hard place to keep open, but I hardly see anybody there. So that's 4 already. That's 4 different, if you will, food establishments. 4 different ones already on this one street right here. Then we keep going. And of course you got the adult video bookstore. You gotta have one of those on First Avenue. I don't know why. See, adult on First Avenue. You always gotta have an adult bookstore somewhere. Crazy having a beauty shop with barriers, grates on the outside window, like, I want my hair cut and I want it now. Back off, everybody. No, I'm playing. Anyway, so that's 4 already. Now watch as we get down a little more. As we get down a little more down here, look at this restaurant. This place ain't open. I don't see it open anymore. They tried really hard there, for sure. Okay, so far you got 4. Now, watch this. Because this used to be one. Right there. It's closed up now. But that used to be a restaurant. El Patron. And this one was trying to be a restaurant. So far that's 6. 6. Okay? That's a lot of and I'm walking distance. I am walking distance, folks. And that's 4 already. Now watch. Or excuse me, 6 already. Now watch this. 7. This is where me and Sophia had our date. Our first date ever. Right here is where we had our first date, me and Sophia. We met up here. I call it a date, but oh well. Right here, Aguas Tequilas. That's the name of it. So this place will always hold a special part of my heart. And right there, behind that window right there, is where we sat and chatted. And they got it for rent here. I don't get that. But it's for rent. I don't know why you wouldn't open a place in a restaurant when there's no door for you to get into. But hey, whatever. Anyway, so that's 7. Here's 8. El Habanero. That's 8. Okay, there's 9. That's another one right there. That's 9. And lastly, watch this. 10 right on the corner. El Raconcito. So 10 Mexican food establishment within walking distance on First Avenue. And then of course you've got Jack in the Box. Can't beat Jack in the Box. Holy cow. First match on us. Primero. And then, of course, you got Red Lobster. I heard the Red Lobster was going out of business. I don't know if it's true or not. Looks like they're trying to make a comeback, though. But yeah, that used to be Wendy's, I think it was, a long time ago. 4 tacos and a drink for $11.99. That's a lot. And they're really small tacos because I've eaten there. I had to order 8 of them. Anyhow, think about that. And that's just within walking distance. Isn't that crazy? But this is Yakima. This is outskirts of Yakima. Downtown's a little bit more down there. It's just phenomenal. So anyway, happy hour. I went there. I went there for something. I can't remember what. But anyway, okay. So let's get back to this now. You guys want to listen? I'm kind of looked down upon about being in good spirits all the time. I'm kind of looked down upon like that. I'm serious. So at work, they were divulging if I was a serial killer. Now think about that. Why is this guy never upset? And with customers too, like when I talk to and interact with customers, don't get me wrong, some of their stuff gets me upset. But I put it in check. And the reason being is this. When I'm a customer and I go out to pay money for something, I expected to be treated very nice that day. And the reason being is I brought my wallet into your establishment and I am spending my money here, which means that I want to be treated nice. Because if it wasn't for my money coming into the establishment, you wouldn't have a job. That's the way I look at it. So I try to treat everybody with the utmost respect. Basically how I want to be treated if I go shopping somewhere. That's how I do it. So I get a lot of compliments on that. But here's the thing. Co-workers, some of them are just mean. I mean mean. And I could see why. I see that. And I'll tell you, I don't have a very great, if you put it to the scale of what a personal, I guess private life should be, I'd probably be at -5. Okay? I lost my family, was married for quite a while, lost that, lost my businesses, basically lost everything. And hit rock bottom. I mean, hit the skids like that. Okay? Of course, hid out for a while, licking my wounds, licking my sores, whatever you want to say. And then, let me say it like this, watch. So I ended up here, and I think I shared this story with you guys before, but I'll do it. I'll go over it a little bit. Homeless here in Yakima, but I know Yakima, and I know Yakima has a lot more warm days than it does cold days. So I don't, that's why I came back here. And plus, I was here when I was a kid, so I know the ins and outs of Yakima. I know the schematics, if you will, of Yakima. So that's why I said, well, and like I said before too, it's right, probably 2 hours from where my kids live. So if there's a chance I can see them, at least I'm closer than if I'm in North Dakota. So that's why I moved here. So I was out on the skids, looking for employment, blah, blah, blah. So if you look at it, I don't have a car. I rent apartment that's in the ghetto. I mean, it's not that expensive, so I can say that it's not, if you will, it's not some place you'd go, oh yeah, that's the best place on the planet. It's not that great. It's warm, don't get me wrong. It's carpeted. It's got a bathroom, a bedroom, a living room, a kitchen, you know. And it's in the ghetto. So there we go. And so if you looked at my personal, private, I guess you call it that, life, you could say -5, maybe -4, maybe you would say -4. So I, in the scheme of things, shouldn't be upbeat every day from what society says you're to be upbeat about. So here's what society says you're to be upbeat about. Hello, how are you doing? I'm good. Lamba do Faya. I don't know how to say that, but anyway, I'm good. Thank you for asking. I am good. Okay, I'm good. Thank you for my subscribers listening today. Thank you for my subscribers partaking. Okay. Oh look, a black cat running across the road. How cool is that? Anyway, so I shouldn't be upbeat. I shouldn't be, feeling good about my life because okay, now let me go back to what society says. Society says you should have a nest egg. Society says you should have a home or at least purchasing one. Society says you should have a car, an automobile. How y'all doing today? Good to see you. Look, I'm walking in the glass. Right. Anyway, that's what society says. And that's all right. I don't mind that. I don't mind that society says that. That's not my thing. That's not what I do. Anyhow, so a bank account, a house, a car, significant other, either dogs or children, one of the two. That's 5-year plan, 10-year plan, all that stuff. And that's how you should be satisfied with life. I don't have any of that. I don't have any of that at all. I've got an apartment. I've got nice shoes, if you can see them. They're not too bad. I've got a nice warm coat. Well, let's see here. Black cat crossing your path is bad omen in my culture. I am from Washington State. Oh, black cat crossing my path. I know it's bad luck for some people. For me, it's just an animal that made it across the street with all these cars out here. And I'm a big fan of cats, so there you go. Anyway, I don't believe in superstitions. I don't adhere to superstitions. I mean, if people do, that's their business, and that's cool. By all means, have at it. That's cool. I don't. I'm not a superstitious person. I am not, how would you say, adhering to the stuff that society says to do or be. So there you go. Anyway, Minado Buffet. I've never been there. It's seafood though, and I'm not big on seafood. Anyway, so they get shocked that I'm in a uppity behavior all the time. So one thing they said this, if you guys are listening, they said, he's got to be a serial killer. That's what they said. Then they said, oh, something's wrong with him. He never has a bad day. The customers or the people interacting would ask them, some of my coworkers, is he like this every day? And they said, every day he's like this. And I'm shocked because I thought that was the goal. To be happy, to be content, to be okay. That's what I thought. So there's one of the rules or one of the ideas that I see that's very interesting that nobody can argue. Not one of you that are listening right now can argue this. Oh, let's see here. La Costa Cuesta in El Casa, West Coast in the house. Represent, I'm from the West Coast too. Oh, well, hello there. Peekaboo, te vemos. Yeah, shout out to Washington State. Well, thank you. Shout out to you too there. West Coast, La Costa Oeste. Yeah, oeste. Oh, it must be west. Oeste. Sounds like west. Well, hello. Shout out to you too. Good to hear from you. Okay, going back to this now. So, the aspect of them, I might take a back route because it's a little noisy here. The back route to them. Okay, let me share this with you. Now, this you can either take or leave. It's up to you. But I'm going to share this with you. So, all of you listening, even me included, when you came to this earth, what did you arrive with? I'm going to tell you right now. You know, bones, skin, sinew, flesh, nerves, eyes, ears. That's it. That's what you came to earth with. Yes or yes? Yes, that's what you came to the earth with. You came to the earth with that and that only. Now here's what's funny, if you could believe this. None of you listening did not provide any of that for yourself. Now watch, I want to show you what I mean. You could have the most gorgeous house on the planet, the most nicest car, the biggest bank account. But if you didn't have that skin that encases everything, like you're a sausage, encases everything, your bones, your sinew, your muscles, your flesh, none of that would mean anything, yes or no? Now keep that in mind too, again, like I said, you did not provide the skin for yourself, right? Right, hello. Okay, so if you came to this earth with nothing, okay, that means anything you get is extra. It doesn't matter how hard you worked for it. Because again, if you didn't have the skin that you did not provide for yourself, that holds in your muscle, your flesh, your sinew, your bone, if you didn't have that, now it doesn't matter what skin it is. I don't care what color it is. That's not what I'm getting into. Okay? Because I don't care what part of the earth you're from or what color your skin is. You're still encased in skin that you did not provide for yourself. Right? Let me see here. I pretty much lived all over Cali and Oregon, but yeah, listening, man, continue. Oh, cool. Okay, now I'm not trying to get down. If you sweated for something and you earned it, right on. Beautiful, I'm glad for that. Good for you. And I'm gonna tell you why that's not enough. Isn't it wild how when we finally reach a so-called goal, it's over like a movie. It's like a movie. You can rewind the movie again and again. You don't have to today. You can just restart it. But you can restart a movie again and again. Eventually, you're going to get tired of it. Period. And you're going to put a new movie in. Right? Yeah. So it's basically like starting over. So the goal really wasn't the goal. Because if a goal is reached, then you're satisfied and you're okay. So let me go back to the beginning of our life again. The sinew or the skin that we didn't provide for ourselves, that encases us, encases everything else that was provided for us that we didn't provide for ourselves, keeps us together. Our bone, our muscle, our sinew, our nerves, our nerve endings, our veins, our artery, all that stuff is encased in skin. Look at this. Isn't this cool? Hope I don't drop my phone. Kind of a cool shot, huh? This is above. So what's funny about, I'll share this story with you. These tracks over here, right over there, used to go across. I can't go on there because there's no trespassing. But this road used to go all the way across. And every time the train would go by, the people would have to stop, and now traffic would go all the way back that way. So what they did was, they dug this out, built this underpass for the train to go over and everybody to go under. Isn't that wild? Okay, that's Yakima. Kind of nice though, it is. It's kind of cool. Anyway, going back to this now. So, without Now again, I'm sorry. If you have ego, that's cool. If you have drive, that's amazing. Good for you. Continue it is, whatever you want to do in life. Beautiful, you made it. Here's the thing. Again, going back to the beginning of all of us. We did not provide that skin for ourselves. Now here's what's even crazier. You never think about this. Hey, that is cool, huh? Anyway, you never think about this, but I'm going to share it with you. Okay? Now here's what's really crazy. This is going to be crazy. Because, here, let me do something real quick. I don't think I have a pen on me. Anyway, this is what's crazy. In order for you to have obtained that skin, to have obtained that muscle, that bone, all that, two people had to meet. And you didn't have control over that either. Oh, that's heavy. Yes or no? It's true. It's true. None of you can argue that. Not one of you listening right now or listening later can argue that. Now, if you can argue that, put the argument down and we'll debate it. Why not? But this is not room for debate because it's true. Every single one of us are here. Here's another one. Look, this is the other side. So they built it over here too because it was two roads. One road up, one road down. Oh wow, isn't this cool? You can see down there. I'm not too good on heights. Oops. But anyway, what do you think? Isn't that cool? Yeah, another one, underpass. So they built all that so the train could go by so nobody would be obstructed. Anyway, so let me see this again. All of us came that way. All of us, every one of us, doesn't matter what social structure it is. It doesn't matter what ideas. It doesn't matter what gender, what age, what have you, are here as a result of two strangers by chance meeting. Now let me say this. It's gonna be trippy, but I gotta share it. What's the temp out there? Feels like 29. I think it's about 29, 30. It was 28 when I left, so I'm thinking it gets warmer as it goes, but the clouds are blocking the sky. Everybody call these gray days. I don't call them that because the sun's out there somewhere, otherwise we wouldn't be able to see. Okay, so anyway, going back to this now. Every one of us is here as a result of two strangers by chance meeting that you had no control over, that I had no control over. So those two people, those two strangers, had to meet for us to be in existence today of who we are. Crazy, right? Now that's heavy. Now don't get me wrong, I know. There's a lot of occurrences that occur. A lot of happenings that happen, you know, where maybe some lady against her will was violated by someone. Had to be a man, of course. And, oh look, here's the old town. There's old City Hall right there, look at that. 1889. That's where City Hall used to be, believe it or not. And this used to be the old theater, opera house. You can see it up there, look. And let me get a close-up of it so you can see it. Let me get a close-up of it. See it? Opera House. That's the old one. I'll show you the Capitol Theater later on. But yeah. This is actually old Yakima. I mean, look at that. Brick road. Trolleys used to run through here. Look at that old building. See that? Look at that old one there. So this is the historic district, they call it. Here's the old train station. That goes to show you how many people traveled, because look how exuberant it is. There's the other one right there. Big thing. Look how exuberant it is. You know what I mean? I don't know that word exuberant. I use it from time to time. Anyway, so going back to this now. Here's the old concrete steps. Old stuff going on here. Anyway, look at that. Brick steps or brick sidewalk. Not too shabby. Uh-oh. We've got something going on here. Some kind of another marching movement. How wonderful. And it's cold, so not everybody's marching movement today. Let's see. It's a march of some sort. Interesting. Anyway, so those two people, and it had to be male and female, period. It doesn't matter what anybody says today. Without the operation of a male and a female, nobody is birthed, nobody is conceived, period. It's the way it is. I know people will tell me, oh, but you don't know technology. They're building women's wombs, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. You want to run with that? Go ahead. But up to this point, from what I witnessed, it takes a male and a female to make another human. And again, if people want to be whatever they are, which is non-binary, that's their business. That's none of my business. If they want to be a man and be a woman, or a woman be a man, that's their business. None of my business. I'm not trying to say that. I'm just saying facts. That it involves a man and a woman, period. Okay, so those two people, strangers if you will, had to meet for, let me see what else we got here. You mentioned movies earlier. What's your type of movies and series? Oh, I'll tell you. I love movies. I'm actually writing a screenplay. I'll give you a little background on it. And I'm filming that movie, and I'm going to use this platform to film the filming of the movie. But the movie is called Discovering Europe. Now check this out. The movie is entitled, and I'm writing the screenplay myself. And no, I never went to writing school, and no, I never went to screenplay school, and no, I didn't do all that stuff. See, I'll tell you something. I'll share this with you. They put those barriers up so you pay them for information you can find out yourself. That's the truth. The information you can find out for yourself is there out there for free. Okay? Okay, so here's the screenplay. Here's the story. Discovering Europe. And it's not EUROPE. It's YOURUP. Your ultimate potential. Okay. And so here, this screenplay I'm writing involves two Native Americans, American Indians, whatever title they give nowadays, but indigenous people of the land. Two characters, main characters. And what happens is they're from the West Coast. Well, one of them's from the West Coast. One of them's from the Midwest. And they're drunks, period. You know, the stereotypical drunk Indian thing. And they live on the West Coast. And I'll tell you something. They never get in trouble because they live on a reservation. So they're always getting drunk, maybe getting in bar fights, but they never go to jail because they live on a reservation. If anybody lived on a reservation, which I did, you know that to be true. Your relatives, your status, whatever, keeps you out of trouble. It doesn't keep you out of trouble. It just keeps you from going to jail. Okay, fine. So anyway, they end up in jail in a bigger city. And because they're in jail, they get sober. And for some strange reason, they like sobriety. For some strange reason, they like this high of endorphins, what else is there? Excuse me. You know, your natural drugs in your body. endorphins, adrenaline, all that. They like that because it was always drowned out by the alcohol. So they want to stay on this high. They want to stay on this kick. So they end up going to meetings. The judge orders in the meetings because they end up in jail. And they're checking out this new world of America. So basically it's seeing the eyes of America through Native Americans that never left the res. But there's more to it, don't get me wrong. How long have you been writing it? You know, I'll tell you. It's all done in my head. It's already done. I got everything already done. I got everything already there. The thing is that, check out that fire. Check out that fire. Doesn't that look so warm? I don't know why, but you see a fire and it's cold outside, and all of a sudden it's like, I'm warm. I think, I don't know. Maybe it's suggestive. That's how commercials work, I guess. Anyway, so I come up with this idea before I got married. I got married, and it sat on the back burner. So the idea has been with me for 20 years at least, maybe 25 years. And I just recently started writing it. But because I work, because I have things to do, it kind of cuts into it. And I'll give you guys an idea of it. Anyway, so I'll finish it this year. And I'll start hopefully shooting this year. Well, I'm going to shoot this year. Heck with it. Shoot as in film, as in taking the camera and shooting. Not shooting people, not shooting a gun. I'm not a big fan of guns. Anyway, not saying you shouldn't have them. If you got them, keep them. If you want them, good for you. I'm just not a big fan. Anyway, so the idea for the movie is basically this: that everybody that lives in America has no idea what a reservation is. Now, don't get me wrong, they got the gist of it, where you put a bunch of Indians so they don't cause problems and show us that we're trespassing thieves. I get that. But they don't really know. So this movie, and if anybody got offended by that, I apologize, but that's your fault. If you're a descendant of trespassing thieves, please don't stop subscribing to me, because I'll tell you, I share a lot of things. Look at this. Jail right in the middle of town. Their cars must be bad cars if they lock them up. Anyway, going back to this now. So, the idea is, as these guys trek from West Coast to East Coast, it's a take on the Europeans arriving east and going west. The natives are going west and going east. They visit different reservations as they go. So the film is going to take people actually onto reservations and see the side of reservations that hardly anybody sees. You see, somebody goes to a powwow and they think they experience a reservation. No. I'm sorry, no. It's just like seeing somebody in their job. You meet somebody at their job and you think that's them. No. That is not them. That's the job person. Like, you got the phone person, you got the job person, you got the court person, you got the church person. You don't really see that person until you see them face to face. And that's what this movie's going to do. It's going to expose America to American Indian reservations. If you will, land prisons. I'll call them that. Okay. Anyway. So going back to movies, I'll tell you my favorite movies. Lawrence of Arabia. That's one of them. Very good movie. Very, very good movie. Bridge Over the River Kwai. That's another good movie. Very good movie. Let's see, what other movie? I'm going to go this way. There's KFC. Anyway, another good movie. I like, what did you hear about I like comedy. I like dramedies. I like drama. I like suspense, thrillers. Like horror, some. Like Texas. I don't like demonic horror. I'm not a big fan of the demonic realm. Oh, wow. Somebody actually bought that car. I don't believe it. My buddy wanted that car right there. Look like he ain't getting it. anyway, um, yeah, I'm not big on the demonic horror stuff. I can deal with Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I can deal with slasher films like that. Here and there, Friday the 13th. Halloween. I like the Halloween franchises. Michael Myers is vicious. What else? I like watching series. I don't. This is my curse. I can figure out movies before they're done. So anyway, my kids' mother used to hate that I would figure out who the killer was, figure out what this plot was, and all that. She hated that. Why do you have to ruin it? Why do you have to ruin it? It's not ruined. I mean, dang, it's not like this didn't happen before. Anyway, going back to this now. I love movies. I really love movies. I got a whole collection. I got VHS tapes. I got Blu-ray. I got DVD. I got a VHS player. I got a DVD player. I got a combo VHS DVD player. So I'm a big fan of the media realm of movies. Oh, I'll watch anything that can make me laugh, and I tend to find humor in pretty much anything, if not everything. Me too. Yeah. I find humor in taking a dump. Now think about that. I mean, you don't have to, but everybody does it. Everybody takes a dump. But I find humor in that. So like, if you're really backed up and you drop a big one, what happens? It hurts like hell. And you'll always remember that one. so it's like you're connected to poop. Because it hurt you. I guess. I don't know. That's just my take on it. So do you report that turd? Do you say, I was violated by this turd? It hurt like heck? You know, that kind of stuff. That kind of funny I do. I'm a big fan of funny too. Something About Mary, that's a good one. That one is hilarious. You know, I just watched a recent one that I've never seen. I don't know if you ever seen it, you guys out there, my subscribers. But Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I don't know if you ever seen that one. That movie is hilarious. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. It's got Robert Downey Jr. It's got let's see, Robert Downey Jr. and who else? Let's see, Robert Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer. Now here's the funny thing. I remember as a kid watching. I'm gonna see what that Weimar is. Did I pass it? No, I don't think I passed it. The school's there. Okay, so it's over here. Weimar. That's where I'm going. I gotta buy a compass. Anyway, so when I was a kid, I'd watch the old movies, and they say, "Oh, the French guys. Oh, we are going to Gay Paris." So the character on Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which is Val Kilmer's character, who's a homosexual, his name is Gay Perry. Now that's hilarious to me. I don't know why. True, and I find humor in that too. I haven't seen that one. Oh, you gotta check it out. You gotta check it out. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Robert Downey Jr., I think it's after he got sober or after he quit doing drugs, whatever you want to call it. He was still feeling his way around. It's very good. It's very good. You can almost see a hint of Iron Man in there. You can almost see a hint of Iron Man. I'm a big Marvel guy too. I like the Marvel movies. I love it. Avengers, like when the Hulk grabs Loki and he tells, what did he call him? He called the Hulk something. And then the Hulk slams him around. And Loki's on the ground. And then Hulk says, "Puny God." Puny God. And then, of course, Thor gets a taste of it. And Loki, in the next movie, is laughing because he's like, that's how it feels. Anyway, I love those things. I like humor. I do. I see humor in a lot of things. You know, and it's funny because sometimes I'll try not to be funny, but then I end up being funny, which I don't mean to. Because I get invited to do motivational speeches sometimes. So I'll go out and I'll do motivational speeches. There's Weimar, but I'm going to take a walk around the block. just to give you another side of Yakima. So this is the other Yakima. This is kind of central a little bit. But you can see the old houses. Look at that one. You know that's an old, I'll walk over there. You can, that's an old building right there. Just by the style of it, just by the bricks of it, cinder blocks. And the skiddiness of it too. You can see that's an old building. I mean, I don't know what they're protecting. They got a little thing up there. I don't know. This always reminds me of my dad. So my dad owned a trailer court. Watch this. See the wire? So nobody, and I can see why they do that. After owning or managing rental property, I know why they do that. Seems mean, but no, it's not. Look at it. You can see that's an old building, right? Like this could be the haunt for a good premise of a scary movie. You know what I mean? Like, what was encased in these walls? Venture further as we attempt to unlock the whatever. Anyway, what are some of the last Marvel movies you've seen? I've got Disney, so I'm always seeing Marvel. I think the last one I'm going through the MCU timeline. So I think the last one I seen, let's see, where am I at on that? Is, Ragnarok. That's my next one. So the one before Ragnarok is the one I seen. So my next one is Ragnarok in the MCU timeline. Anyway, this is old Yakima. There is comprehensive mental health. You know? This is the new religion. I'll tell you that right now. You're not going to agree with me, but I'm going to say it. This is the new religion. You know? And it's funny because it's like I don't want to get into that. People will get mad at me. Oh, look, here we go. Here's today's subject, tracks. Tracks, not tracks on the arm, but tracks on the ground. This is, used to be a trolley that ran through here, you know, for the city. All through here. Even over here, look, let me show you. Look at over here. You can see them, see? Right in the middle of town, trolleys everywhere. Tracks everywhere, look at that. That's where they used to run the trolleys, through Yakima. Look, there's the place where they kept them all. That's the building where they kept them all the trolleys. Isn't that cool? Okay, so anyway, going back to this now. Yeah, I'm a big movie buff. I am. You know, it's funny because my kids are almost all grown now. I mean, 3 of them are adults already. But when we were all together, we would actually communicate through movies. We did that. I don't know why we did that. I couldn't put a formula to it, but we would. And I would quote movies, like take, for instance, Robert De Niro in Goodfellas. I'm kidding with you, and you had to shoot the guy? So then when one of my daughters watched that movie, she was like, oh my God, Dad, you got it from there. Well, yeah. But we did. We communicated through movies. Oh, let's see here. I'm way behind on Marvel and DC movies. I'm way behind on many movies in general. Oh, well, I got you. Must be a very busy schedule. I tend to do 3 things at once. So I'm also a professional artist. And I'm going to have an art show. Now, I'll share this with you if you want to listen. So you got all the bickering. And to me, it's like a tennis game, you know, volleying or whatever. And you got one person saying that, or one group saying this, and the other group saying that, and they keep batting it back at each other back and forth. Okay, fine. Well, I'm not one for that. I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm not the guy, when someone says I farted, I don't test the air if they did. I'll believe them. And I won't breathe in. Or I'll leave the room. You know? I'm not that guy. I'll take somebody's word for it if they say they farted. I'll believe you, and I'll leave the room. I won't test the air. You know? Anyway, so here's by Mark. See? By Mark. Kind of cool wall, huh? Put it right up against there. Woo! Anyway, I go, let me go over here for a minute. Oh, ladies over there. I'll go and, let me go back to this now. So I'm doing an art show in the fall here in Yakima. And I'm not getting any sponsorship. I'm not getting any, I'm just going to do it. You know? It's kind of like, my ideas are like this. It's like a tree that grows. It doesn't ask you, it just grows. The sun that shines, it doesn't ask you, it just rises. You know what I mean? Uh-oh, somebody's doing something here. Camping supplies. Wow. Somebody actually had some kind of on the ground here. Huh, interesting. Anyway, so I'm not one for that. So anyway, it's under this idea I have. I'm gonna go back this way. The idea stands for, it's called Unite. Okay, Unite. And again, it's not, you know, it's kind of funny because I'm always reminded. I don't know if you ever heard that song from John Lennon. What's a dump? What a dump. What a dump. That's funny. What a dump. Yeah, you're right. It is a dump. Anyway, let me say this. You heard of John Lennon had that song. And it sounds interesting. But it's like they're trying to get you to join their cause. Because his song, Imagine there's no heaven. You could if you tried. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people. Okay. Now here's what he says in those verses that basically contradicts what he's trying to promote. Okay, I'll share it. You don't have to listen. It's up to you, but I'll share it. Here's what he says. Someday you'll join us. That's what he says. Someday you'll join us. See, that's not what I'm trying to do. I ain't trying to get anybody to believe anything. I ain't getting anybody trying to live better. And that's not what I'm doing here. When I share, I'm sharing because it's up to you if you want to do it or not. It's all up to you. Okay? I ain't telling you. Okay, let me share this idea with you then. So it's Unite. When I do this art show, it's going to be under Unite. Now watch what Unite stands for. Here's what it stands for. Unlikely neighbors interacting towards enlightenment. That's what Unite stands for. That's why I'm doing it, the program. So I'm going to have art, because everybody seems to love art. Even people that hate art, that's a good thing, and I'll tell you why. Because they're still partaking of it by hating it. And then, of course, music and food. That's the three things I'm going to do during this art show. And basically, it's getting people together outside of a banner, outside of a movement, outside of religion, whatever else that motivates this earth. Just basically saying, eat, listen to the music, check out the art, enjoy yourself for one day. You know what I mean? That's the whole idea of it. That's what I want to do. You know? And so the whole idea is for that reason. Outside of race, outside of gender, outside of social economical structure, outside of all the things that cause people to divide, just enjoy yourself. You see what I'm saying? You mentioned Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That one's awesome. I hated it when I was a kid. Now let me share this with you. So my kids were little. You ever see Evil Dead? I hate Evil Dead. I had nightmares from Evil Dead. I'm dead serious. I had nightmares from it. I don't know if my kids, I'll say it like that. They were pretty much safe in every aspect, not just in physical, but emotional, mental, all that stuff. And it's funny because it was Halloween and they're like, well, let's watch, we got a little tradition where, I've seen all of them. Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Chucky. Yeah, I've seen those too. Yeah. So anyway, my kids were, like I told you, I hated Evil Dead. And they were like, hey, let's watch a movie. It's Halloween. So that's what every Christmas, we watch Christmas movies. Every Thanksgiving, we watch Thanksgiving movies. We do stuff. Let's see here. I've seen Evil Dead, and I played the video games. Oh, I've never played the video games. Anyway, so my kids said, well, let's watch Evil Dead, Dad. I said, no, man, we're not watching Evil Dead. That's an evil movie, blah, blah, blah. So they finally talked me into it. We watched it, and they laughed their butts off. I mean, they literally laughed their butts off. And as I watched it through their eyes, I thought, oh, my God, this is the most dumbest movie. And it was another one, too, was The Shining. So let me share a little background on The Shining. I don't know if you ever seen The Shining. But The Shining, okay, so there was a lady, we're in Tacoma, Washington, 1602 South Sheridan. And there was a lady that lived next door to us, Gail. And Gail liked to party. And Gail had 2 little girls. And my sister was old enough to babysit. So on Friday and Saturday, my sister, or Gail would pay my sister to watch her daughters. And she had HBO. And so I've seen Evil Dead, and I'll play. Oh, so anyway, my sister, I went to go with her. I was always, I don't know why, in the family, I was always the protector. I was always the guy that they came to for comfort, that I don't know why. I couldn't tell you this day why they did that. But they always did. And so anyway, I went over there with my sister watching, she was watching The Shining, and I fell asleep. So when I woke up to when the lady was coming out of the bathtub and that horrible laugh. That got me. And that traumatized me from that. I never watched scary movies after that. Too much. Anyway, what happened was, I watched that with my kids, and they laughed their butts off. And they were like, Dad, why were you scared of this? And then I laughed. I thought, oh, yeah, it's not that scary. I can help you make sure the chat stays safe, clean, and respectful for everyone. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Charles, can I be a mod? If you make the mod, then I can help you manage the chat. Oh. Okay. I could do that. I'll go to I'll do that. Okay, so I'm going to go into, thank you for listening, guys. I appreciate that. I'm going to go into, Bimart. I'm going to cut this off real quick. Thanks for listening, everybody. I appreciate it. Thank you, subscribers, for subscribing. If you can get more people to subscribe, I'd appreciate it. I'm going to go in here, and I'll do all that after I get out, okay? So thanks for listening, guys. I'm going to cut this off now, and I'll talk to you later. I'll do the moderator thing, though. I got to go into my special stuff and do it. Okay, I'm going to cut this off then. Whoa. I don't know how I was doing it. Okay, I got to take off my glove because it's cold out here, so I'm trying to... Okay. I sure want to stop streaming. Okay.